Good night. How y'all doing, guys? It's kind of late today. It's almost already in the morning. So I decided I'm gonna make a small video. I want to introduce y'all to my little house over here where I live. This is where I sleep over here. Trying to find a good spot for the. I don't know if I turn it this way. Let me see. Yeah, I think I can turn that. Yeah, it looks better. Yeah, guys, this is where I live right here. I live in this little bitty house over here, and today I want to do a video of a story about pool. I've been doing some videos of practicing and playing pool, teaching some shots, but I'm gonna start doing stories that what happened like many years ago, and I was gonna do. It might go a little like it might be a little long, but we're gonna see what how it goes. But before I go to the story that I wanted to tell you about playing pool, I want to introduce you to this is my little place where I stay. I had a big house, but my house burned down a couple of years before. It's been about I think over 8 or 9 years that my house burned down. Probably more than that, maybe around 10 or 11. And then my credit went bad, and I haven't been able to put my credit all the way up so I can give me a decent place to live. So I've been living in this little house right here, and I guess you just gotta do what you gotta do. It's better than being up there in the cold outside or whatever. But yeah, I went today and bought a TV because I was gonna put it over here where my picture is when I was younger. Here, let me show you. Let me show you what I'm talking about. See, that's my picture over there when I was younger. And I'm gonna show you a little bit around. This is where I sleep. That's my bed over there. I sleep over there. If I want a little privacy, I just close this curtain right here, and then I have a little privacy over here in my mini house. Okay, so I want to buy this TV, guys. Look, it's a Samsung small TV that I was gonna put up there where I show you the picture over there, and I was happy because I was gonna watch TV before I go to sleep today. That's why I'm still late. I drank a energy drink, and I hardly ever do that. And I bought this TV right here, and I took it out. I took it out of the box and everything, as you can see right there. I took it out. It's a Samsung Crystal UHD TU 7000, all that stuff at 4K. And I got it out and everything. I set it up there where the picture is. I set the TV over there, and I was gonna go to sleep over there and watch TV tonight. Last night, because it's already morning. But the TV, guys, whenever I open it and I put it up there and everything, the TV didn't. It was completely shattered. The screen. I turned it on. I didn't realize it because it still had the plastic. But when I turned it on with the remote control, the TV was broken completely. Like, I mean, smashed in the middle, sides everywhere. And I just heard the voice, giving you commands, what you want to do, what channel is in that. But that you can hear. So tomorrow I'm gonna take it back. I bought it over there at Target because I have a credit card from there, and they kept on telling me that if I don't use the card, that they're going to close the credit card. So that's why I want to get that TV because I need one for this little place where I live so I can watch TV sometime. And that's what happens. I couldn't watch TV. I stay up late, and I know better not to be taking energy drinks, but I took 2 energy drinks today, and I don't take energy drinks. Like, I hardly ever drink a Coke. I usually drink like a Coke every 3 to 6 months. Well, going back to the story about this video, it's gonna be a story about when I was younger than. I was pretty young. I think I was around 18 and 21 years old. I don't remember exactly how old I was, but I was around 18 and 21 years old when this happened to me in the pool room. I used to go to work, and by the way, when I used to work back in that time, I used to work in a chicken plant. It used to be, they used to call it Country Pride over here in the town where I live, and now it's called Pilgrims. That's where I used to work, and I think I used to make $4.50 an hour or $4.25. I started making $4.25, I think, and then they raised me up to $4.50. Well, anyways, I got off from work, and I used to like to go play pool all the time because even though I used to work hard, I would go play pool because I always loved to play pool. Since I was like, I think when I started playing pool, I was like, I think I was around 16 years old, 15 or 16. I was about 15 years old when I started playing as an amateur. And so I got off from work and I go to the pool room. And I didn't even went home and change my boots because I remember I used to have those the rubber boots that come all the way to your knee. Because I used to work in the place where I used to work, it was very dirty. It was like blood and stuff from the chickens, so you had to wear the boots all the way to your knees. I remember that. So I just went straight to the pool room with my boots, and I went over there, and I remember it was full. The pool room was like, probably it was like 60 people in there, because the pool room, it used to call, the name of that pool room used to be the Red Barn. That's what they used to call it back in that time. In this little town where I live, it was the only pool room in this town that was a real pool room because they had little bars with 2 tables. But this pool room had like around 12 or 14 tables, I think. I don't remember exactly how many tables, but it was around 12 or 14, I estimate. So I went over there and the place was full. It was like, there was no tables. There was no tables to play. Everybody, they had this table. It was very busy that day, and I remember you had to even, that pool room was so busy back in those times that you had to order your table like one day to another one so you can play pool. For example, if we wanted to play pool Saturday, we had to go and tell the owner or the guy that worked for him, hey, we want number 10 or number 6 for tomorrow, and then we paid some money down and for the and then it was our table. When the pool room opened, not we can use that table until we finish, till we quit. So that's how it used to be. So I walked in there, and the place was full, and I was tired because I've been working for about 8 hours. I was tired, my feet hurt, so I went and sat down, and I was just watching. I was thinking about going home. I was like, there's no table. I don't want to wait here because I probably was gonna wait like 2 more hours or three before somebody leave a table and go home, because it was so busy. You had to wait sometimes 2 3 hours, sometimes 4 hours until somebody leave a table for anybody else to play. And then there was people waiting too, so it wasn't easy. And so I was just sitting there thinking, when suddenly the doors on that pool room, there was music playing and everything. They had a jukebox. It was loud and there was music playing, but you can still hear the door open up. They had a main door all the way to the end where you can hear it. Every time when they open it, it'll squeak like that. And then when they close it, it'll close real hard and make that noise. Bam. And that was something, that everybody knew about that pool room. It used to be the old Red Barn. And later on, like 30 years later, no, something like, no, maybe less than that. No. Around 20 years later, they changed the name to Westside Family Recreation Center. The new owner changed the name, which he was the nephew of the guy that used to own it. And then the door closed. He opened and closed, and then everybody looked, because every time when the door opens, everybody will see who would turn around and see who would come in on that first. And it was the first door was the only one that would make that noise. When somebody opened it, because there was 3 doors, one on the back, one in the middle, and one on the other side. But the first one was the only one that would make that noise, the squeaking noise. And then when you let it go, it'll go real hard, boom, and you can hear it. So everybody turns around, even me, I turn around and you can see the light shining in and all that. And I turned around and there was a big guy came in there. It was a white guy. And he was pretty big. He wasn't big with muscles. He was just big, like chubby. Big stomach, and his arms were big, and he had tattoos on. He had like a tank top like that, and he was pretty big though. He was probably around, like, I'll say, like around 270 or 280 pounds. And he walked in there, and behind him it was a skinny guy, another white guy. He was skinny and he was young too. I said I was like 18 or 21, and I think this guy was around, the skinny guy that was with this guy, he was around, I say he was like, I think he's like 3 or 4 years older than me. So he was like around 24, around 22 or 24. If I was 18, he was 22. And if I was 21, he was like 24 or 23. So this guy was very skinny and he looked young. And then the big guy with the tattoos on, he walked in there, and as soon as he opened the door, he walked in there and he got close to one of the tables, and everybody was quiet. And he's like, anybody here wants to play some pool? And he said, but not less than 20 a game. $20 a game. Now listen, I'm talking about, I was how old? Let's say I was 18, because I'm not sure if I was 18 or 21. I cannot recall. But if I was 18 years old, it's not too much difference, 3 years around that time. But 18 years old, let me go back on time. 18. Okay, guys, I'm talking about 32 years ago. No, let me see. Yeah, 32 years ago. $20. Back 32 years ago, it was like, let's say, I would say $20 a game. I would say it wasn't not like 200 right now, but I would say it was about $100 right now. $20 back then. And I had some money on me. I think I had some of my income tax left over because it was around Christmas and the time where you do your income tax. So I had like some of my income tax left over because I have spent some of it too already on other things. I believe I had over 700 close to $1,000 on me. And then when the guy said anybody wants to play $20 a game, 9 ball. A 9 ball is a game, for the people that don't know, it's a game that you play with 9 balls only, and you go by order 1 through 9, and whoever makes the 9 wins the game or whatever you're playing. And he said, anybody wants to play $20 a game, 9 ball, but nothing less than 20. And then everybody looked, and there was on that pool room. There was like I was like I wasn't an amateur anymore because I've been playing since I was 15 and I was 20. I was 18, 3 years, and if I was 21, I've been playing for 6 years. So either I was 3 years or 6 years, but it was close. I was above amateur player. I could play decent. I was not called amateur anymore, but it was a difference. Different players in that pool room. It was like the amateurs, the ones that couldn't play nothing at all, the amateurs, the ones that were above the amateurs like me back in that time, and then there was other players that were better than those, and then there were the real good players from that pool room. And each one were like divided. Each one have their own spot where they play. The real best players will play on this side in the very good tables, and then the less players that play like them will come on this other section, and like that all the way to the end, where the people that couldn't shoot a lick were all the way to the end. They couldn't even make 1 ball or 2 balls. That was a real bad players. They were all the way to the end. Okay. Everybody looked at the two guys that came in there. The big chubby guy that looked, he even looked like, his face looked like mean and everything. And everybody looked at him and everybody be quiet. Nobody say anything. Even the jukebox stopped playing. But it wasn't because they came in. It's just that I don't even know if it ran out of money or maybe the song just stopped. It's not that because they came in the jukebox was scared. No. Most of the people were scared. Everybody. Because you hardly ever play for $20 a game back in that time. The most we used to play, it was $1, and the most it was $2, or sometimes 50 cents. Because that's how it was back then. 50 cents. Sometimes we play for a quarter when we just want to have fun. Back in that time. And then the most we played was $1, ring games, whatever, $2. And then this guy walks over there and he wants to play for $20 a game, guys. Y'all believe this? Well, I believe it now. But when I saw that everybody got quiet, even I looked. I understand the players over here, the medium players and the low players. I understand them. They got quiet. They didn't say anything. But what about the good players that I knew they were better than me and they were good players? I thought, because I was young, when you're young, you think different than when you grow up and you have some more knowledge about life, about anything. I'm talking about anything, not just one thing. So I was looking at the very good players that I wouldn't even, I can't even get close to them. The ones from that pool room that I knew. I think it was like 4 of them in there, and it was around like 7 or 8 in that pool room, and they were very good players from that pool room in this little town over here. So I looked at the 4 guys, and I thought like, I'm like, when one of them is going to accept the challenge? Well, the good players, they kept on playing, and they just ignored this guy. They didn't want to play. So I'm like, okay, guys, listen. Back then, there was no internet. Okay, we didn't have internet. We didn't have this cell phone, the one I'm recording right now. We didn't even have the beepers yet. We didn't have nothing, anything of that. The only thing we had was a TV, and if you had cable, you were able to see some good stuff. If you didn't have no cable, you could only see some channels that you get from the antenna. That's all we had back then that I recall. And if you work hard, go to work and everything, you hardly ever watch TV because you come tired. So basically, you didn't even know who anything about nobody. A person just walking there, and you don't even know who they were. So over here, me being so young, and when you're young, you just do everything in life. I mean, talking about the way I am, I used to be. Now I changed a lot, but when I saw that nobody, and the guys said it again, they said it 3 times, and that it got me a little like, I thought like, what's going on. And when they said it the 3rd time, is anybody playing over here? Why is everybody so quiet? Is anybody wants to play for 20 a game, 9 ball, no less than 20? Yes or no? And when they say yes or no, even though I was so tired, I got up. I got up like that with my boots on. And then I looked at them and I said, I play. I said, I play in some. I even raised my hand like that because it was so many people and I was all the way in the back over there, away from it. I was over there and I'm like, I play in some. I said, come over here. And the guy, the big guy, he went to one of the tables that some of the good players had, and he gave them money. He gave him money. He said, "Here, can we play in this table? Can I have this table?" And he gave. I don't know if he gave him like, I don't know how much he gave them. I know he gave them some money. And the players that were playing there, they move away from the table and they gave us a table because an action like that you hardly ever see people playing for $20 a game back. In that time, I said it was about 100 a game, I believe, or maybe a little more, maybe around 150. I don't know, it's just so they gave us a table, and then man, I don't even know who this guy is. We didn't have no internet, so you don't know who nobody was. So I'm like, I was a decent player, but I wasn't even close to the good players that they were in the pool room. It was like about 8 of them. I was all the way behind them. But I still, I'm like, I had money on me, so I'm like, this is what I was thinking. I was like, I don't want to play, for $20, and if I lose a couple of games, like around, if I lose 10 games, I said, that'd be enough for me. That's what I thought back in that moment. So the guy comes over there and get a stick. Each one gets a stick. We flip the coin. No, we didn't flip the coin. We lag. I remember we lag for the break. And he wins the break. He broke the balls. And he didn't run all the balls out. I guess he wanted to see how I play. So he made a couple of shots. I think he made like, let me recall, I think he made the 1 through the 6 or the 4, and then he missed. But he left me a hard shot. It wasn't an easy shot. Well, back in that time, I think the most I could run if they were on open, it was like 4 or 5 balls, around 4. That's all I could run back then because I was just coming out of the amateur playing, so around 4 balls. If I would be not lucky, but if I would be like playing good, I could have run 5, but still makes me above amateur playing. Anyways, he missed, left me a hard shot. I don't even think he tried to leave me a hard shot because he just missed the ball and he came out. and then left me a hard shot. Then I shot and I missed because it was a hard shot. And then he ran out and win the first game. And then he wins the second game for 20 a game. And then he wins the third game. And he won the fourth game. And to not get y'all tired, he beat me out of like $200 for 20 a game. I did got a couple of shots on those $200 that I lost. But most of the shots, they were not easy. So to me, it was like I seen all these good players play all the time in the pool. I even go watch them play so I can learn from them. But when I played this guy, it was something out of like I couldn't even believe it. I seen all these good players that I knew from the pool room. I go watch them and see how they play and this and that. But when I saw this guy playing, I never seen nobody shoot like that. It was the first time. The first time I saw somebody play so good. It was this guy. He will make any ball on the table wherever it was if he wanted to. So he put a lot of pressure on me. And then I told him, I'm like, listen, man, you already beat me out of $200. I think I'm going to quit. I said, I don't want to play anymore because I don't think I have a chance. And this guy looked at me and then he said, okay. He said, I'm going to give you the A ball. He said, if you win, if you make the A ball, I said, I didn't even know what that was. That's how much I knew about pool back then, so you can see. I didn't even know what I'm gonna give you the A ball means. I was like, what's that? I said, what do you mean? He said, I'm gonna give you the A. He grabbed the A ball. He said, I'm gonna give you the A ball. So that means that if you made the 8, you don't have to go to the 9 to win because the game was 9 ball. Whoever makes the 9 ball wins. Okay, so he said, if you made the 8, you don't have to make the 9. You can win with the 8. I have to make the 9 to win. You can make the 8 or the 9. And he said, if you made the 9 too, you can win. Because you didn't have to wait all the way to the end to make the 9 ball. You couldn't make it with the 2 or with the 3, hit the 9 or the 8, and if they go in, you win. If you get like a lucky roll or something like that, or a combination. So I'm like, this is the first time somebody offered me a spot. That's how, when you're young and you don't know too much about life, and when we didn't have the internet or nothing like that, it was like something that somebody tells you makes you like wow, I'm like, whoa, the 8. I'm like, I might be able to win some of my money back or that thing. And I'm like, okay, man, let's play some. He said, but wait a minute. He said, I'm going to give you the 8. But we have to raise the bet up because I'm giving you a spot. I'm giving you another ball so you have more chance of winning. So I will give you the 8 if we jack the bet up to $50 a game. I'm like, I start thinking, and then I said to myself, I was talking inside my head by myself, not to the guy, right? I was like, well, he wants to bet for 50. I'm like, well, I have more chance now with the A, and if I win 4 games, I have my money back or whatever. And I said, all right, okay, let's play, man. 50 a game, let's play. Okay, guys. Now that's when I saw how this guy played. He gives me the A ball, and then he broke. He runs out. He didn't even let me shoot once. He run out the first game, $50. He broke again. He runs out the second game, $50. And then he broke it. Okay, I don't want to get y'all tired. This guy broke and ran. Let me see. I was down 200 and I had about 1,000 on me. I only had 100 left. Okay, so I was down 200 for 20, and then he broke and ran. He broke and ran almost every ball. And when I got like 2 shots or 3 shots, and I was snooker. But this For 50, he was playing like real good, like who he was for real. And 50 a game on 9 ball, no sets, one game, $50. When I went to the bathroom and I checked my wallet, and I only had $100 left. I said, I'm gonna quit. I can't. I need this money for gas or whatever. So I went back over there and I told this guy, I said, I'm finished, man. He said, I'll give you a 7. And then I said, no, man, listen. I said, you can give me the 4, 5, 6, 7, and I still can beat you. I already saw you. I just saw you running like 5 or 6 racks without missing a ball. So that means that he could give me the 2 out or the 1 and still beat me. I didn't have a chance because I was an amateur player, above an amateur player. So I would not put pressure on him. But I didn't know all this stuff back then because I was just learning how to play pool. So I told him, no, man, and I said, I quit. I said, I don't have any more. I don't have any more money anyways. I only have $100 left. And then he said, all right, well then, and then we quit playing for that moment, and then the big guy, the chubby guy, he left. He told him, I said, are you leaving? And the guy told him, no, I'm gonna hang out over here for a little bit. I think he was waiting for the guy that used to work there. He was a black guy, and his name was Early Steven, the black guy. He was the best player in that pool room, the black guy. And this guy, I think he was waiting for him, so he stayed there practicing on the table. And I think he stayed there for like 30 minutes. And when I saw him trying to shoot a shot, he was putting the 9 ball in the center, in the middle of the rail, and then the cue ball on the middle of the table. And he was trying to cut the 9 ball in off the rail and cut it to the right or the left, which is a very hard shot that I haven't even seen. And this guy was trying it. And then he's like, anybody wants to bet on this shot? And I only had $100 left. And I'm like, do you mean? I said, do you mean like can you make this shot? He said, yes. He said, I bet. And then he said, but you got to give me 3 shots. Now that's where they get you right there. If you're going to bet on a hard shot, bet on 1 shot. That's what I learned on that. But I don't even want to learn on anything that somebody's going to bet you. Because even if it's a very hard shot and if they bet in you, that's because they know it. So they have 60 or 70% chance of winning than you do. That's what I learned with this guy. I'm like, he said, give me 3 shots because it was a hard shot. It is a hard shot. At least you need 3 shots to make it. I mean, you might make it the first time, but you're not gonna make it the first time every time. So the guy, he knew what he was doing. He knew everything about pool. So he said, give me 3 shots. Why? Because when he practiced, he knew the most that he can make the shot was on 3 shots. I didn't know that because I was just learning how to play pool, everything about pool. And like I said, there was no internet, nothing. You couldn't learn nothing. They only had books. I had my book, but I wasn't there yet. I was reading my book. Sometimes I hardly ever read the book. I just practice more than reading the book. And I think that was my mistake. I should have read the book more. And so I told the guy, I said, I'll tell you what I do. And he said, what? I said, I won't give you 3 shots. I said, I'll give you 2 shots. We'll play $50 a shot. Because I only had $100 left. And I thought he was going to say no, but the guy said, okay. He said, all right. And then I'm like, well, I only have $100. If he don't make it in 2 shots, I win. Maybe I get like $200 or $300 back to my pocket. And then we set the shot up. We put the shot over there in the middle of the rail. The guy puts the cue ball in the middle, and he shoots the first shot. And he misses the nine. We came real close to the hole, but he didn't make it. And we were betting on 2 shots. We set it up again. I said the nine. He said set it up. He was telling me to set the shot for him, so I was setting it up on the rail. And then he goes again. Oh, I'm getting a little sleepy now, so I'm gonna try to finish up the story real quick. So he put the cue ball again where it's supposed to go, and then he shoots it, and guess what, guys? He makes the ball. He made it on the second shot for $50. I only have $50 left. I wasn't gonna quit. He said, "You want to go again?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "I only have $50 left." I said, "Might as well take him too." I put the ball for him, frozen to the rail, and then he had to make it to the right or left, whatever he chooses. And the guy chose the left this time, and he shoots. And the first shot he makes it, and he beats me out of everything. So I lost all the money, which was close to $1,000. I think it was around $900 that I lost that day with that guy. And then he's like, "Anybody else wants to play?" Nobody said no. Everybody said no. Nobody even answering. They don't even want to talk to him after he beat me that bad. Nobody even. I mean, they were just scared of the guy. I mean, and he left. I wasn't scared. I mean, I lost, but at least I learned something. I learned that all those good players that I thought that they were good players, because they were good in that area right there, in the little town. But I learned that there's way better players than other people. I mean, if somebody's the best, there's a bunch of people that are better than those that are already so good. And and then I learned not to play for a lot of money with any player. I didn't know that, but I learned that. And then I just like to bet too, so I really didn't care that much back then, because when you're young, you don't care. I used to like to play poker, open poker, no limit, because the adrenaline that you give when you're young, that's what I used to like back then. Play a lot of games like that, and this guy left to finish the story. He left because I didn't even know who this guy was. He left. I didn't even know who he was. But first, the big chubby guy left when he started practicing those shots. The chubby guy left, and like about an hour later, which he already beat me out of everything, betting on that shot. He left like 10-15 minutes after that. And then like 20 minutes after he left, the black guy comes in, which he used to work in there. He come in there, and he looked at me, and I wasn't sad. I was just thinking of everything that have happened. So I was thinking, I wasn't even looking at nobody. There was people playing it, but I was just thinking. I remember I was seeing the shots that this guy made in my head when we were playing. I saw these shots that I never seen before, but they stay in my head because we have a computer. Our brain is like a computer. Like you remember when you were like 5-6 years old, when you were in kindergarten, like that. So I kept on looking at this guy shooting and making all these beautiful shots that I never seen before, and that's what I was thinking. But probably the guy, he was my friend too. I don't believe in friends now, but back then I believe in friends. And this guy, I think I wouldn't say he was a friend. I will just say that he was a person that he was a good guy. I would say that. And he comes in there, and I think he saw me. I was thinking so much, and he's like, "Hey, Orlando, what's wrong with you? Are you okay?" And then I looked at him. And I said, I'm okay. I'm just thinking over here. He said, what? Well, tell me, what's wrong with you? What? And he sat down next to me. He sat down on the couch. Wow, this couch feels pretty good, but to lay down or something. He sat down next to me. I gotta hurry up so I can finish the story. It's almost done now. All I'm gonna do is tell you a little more, and that's it. It's about to be over, so this video won't be so long anyway. And then he sat down next to me. He's like, "Well, tell me what's wrong with you, Orlando. What's wrong with you?" And then I said, "Well, I just lost all my money, and I'm just thinking how I lost it because I never seen nobody shoot like that." That's why I just told him that. He said, "What do you mean? Who did you play?" He said, "Did you play Little Red?" Little Red was a very good player. My respect for him from this town, Gainesville. A very good player that I used to play with a long time ago. And I said, "No, I didn't play him." And then he started telling me, "Did you play Leon? Did you play, who was the other guy? Different names of guys that they were good players. Did you play Rodney? Did you play Leon?" I said, no. I said, "I play a guy that I never seen before." That's what I told him. I said, "I don't even know who his name is." And then he said, "Well, I know a lot of players." He said, I know very good players. Tell me how he looks." And then I told him, I said, "Well, look, he looks skinny, short hair. He's about 18 or 21 years old." I said, "And he's a very good player. He hardly ever miss." And then he said, "Did he came in with somebody?" And I said, "Yeah, he came in with a guy with tattoos, chubby, heavy set, and mean looking." And he said, "Whoa." He said, "That's Johnny Ryder." I said, "Who?" He said, "That's Johnny Ryder." He said, "That's the guy that he backs professionals up, and he takes them around the states or the world or the states everywhere and make money playing for pool." I didn't even know that. This guy that worked in the pool, he knew that. I didn't know it. He said, "You probably, by the way you," he said, "by the way you describe this guy," he said, "you probably play." He said, "I know who you play." I said, "Who?" And he said, "You play the 3-time world champion of the world. 3 times champion of the world. Johnny Archer, the Scorpion, the Black Scorpion. That's the guy I play." I didn't even know that. He told me. I said, "What? How do you know that?" He said, "Because I heard that Johnny Ryder, the big heavyset guy, had Johnny Archer at his house here in Gainesville where we live." He said he came over here so he can take him to play around every state. He said, "That's why I know, because I heard that Johnny Archer was staying at his house, and since you say how this guy looked, that's how Johnny Archer looked." And this guy was the 3-time world champion, and they call him the Black Scorpion. Until now, they used to call him. They used to call. I don't know how he plays now. I haven't seen him shoot lately like before, but that's the guy I play. The guy that I lost my first time a lot of money to. It was Johnny Archer. And that's the end of the story. Maybe next time I will tell you another story, because I have a lot of stories that that happened to me. And for the people that like pool, it might be interesting. For the people that don't like pool, maybe they don't even know what I'm talking about. But yeah, at least I knew who I played, and that wasn't even the only time I played him. On the next story, I will tell y'all when I play him the next time. Now, if y'all like the stories, comment down, and y'all want me to make it shorter, comment down too. Subscribe, hit the like button if you like it. If you don't like it, hit the unlike button too. Whatever you want to do, subscribe. Remember, I'm gonna raffle the Jacoby, which I love the stick because I've been playing with it. Now with the 50 subscribers, and I'm gonna feel it right here when I raffle it. because I've been playing with a lot of stick, and that stick is unique. So, but I'm gonna raffle it because I already told y'all on the couple of videos, previous videos that I made. But I'm, and I'm gonna. I already said it, so I can't go back. It's a very good stick. The 50 subscribers that subscribe, I'm gonna raffle a stick, and they're the only ones that can win it. So if you have a friend or whatever, share or tell them about it. If they don't know, tell them about, hey, you can win this stick if you subscribe to his channel. And the 50 subscribers, we're gonna do it live. This right here, I'm recording it, but we're gonna do it live. We're gonna do it from here or whenever y'all want to. I can do it on. I'm thinking about opening me up a Facebook, either a Facebook account or I think my son told me to open Snapchat is to do some short videos. Or I think it's TikTok. That's what it is. Yeah, I don't even know. So many social medias, guys. Well, guys, it's already morning, so I'm not gonna say I'm about to rest because I'm already tired. I've been doing so much stuff today. Let me know if you like the stories. This is only the first one that I have told you. I have a lot of good ones. Subscribe and let me know. Y'all have a good day. Take care of your family. Take care of yourself. Take care of your family. Be a good person. Stay healthy. Try to learn something every day. Have a good day. I'm gonna go relax. Bye bye.